So Pisces 2023, what is going on for you? Sun, moon, or rising? Category number 1, work, money, and resources for Pisces. The first quarter of the year going into, for many of you, including the second quarter, you may find yourself using a degree. You may find yourself putting your resume out there. You may be trying something new. You may be showing all the research that you've done or a project that you've been working on, including publishing. You may be presenting it to the world at this time and saying like, here it is. Now let's see if it's going to like fly or if I have to go back to it and, tweak it a little bit. And I feel like put it out there and just don't touch it. Okay. Just give it a minute, because sometimes it takes a minute for the universe to catch up, the people involved to catch up. I wouldn't touch it for the first 6 months. Okay. And I think that for the majority of you, it's kind of really perfect the way it is. Like, you've done enough. I don't really know what more you could do. Reminds me of the editing process in writing. I go back and I edit 6 times, and then I say, you know what, just because it could be different doesn't make it better. You have to know when to call it quits, okay? And be like, here it is. Ta-da. Let's see what we could do with this thing. Karmic payout, big for you guys. The second quarter into the third. Really, the third feels like a breakthrough point. So the third quarter of the year, you could be having a bit of a lottery aspect, which I don't actually believe in. With lottery aspects, a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's like good luck. You have a horseshoe up your rear end. I don't believe in that, because everything on earth has to be earned. So it's really more like karmic payout. So we're talking health, relationships, travel, money, basically everything for you. You're going to see an increase. And what you may want to do is to take those resources, to take that high level energy or extra, and you may want to prepare to put it into something greater. I don't feel that for the majority of you, you know what that is, and that's okay. So if you have some opportunity to expand or create something new, that's fine. If you have something you've been putting off for a long time, you may have other people coming to you saying, why don't we do this? Or when are you going to do this? I always say, humans are the mouthpiece for God, and signs are all around us. Symbology is everywhere. And even through your dreams, okay, Pisces, you love to sleep, you love to dream, you're going to receive some kind of guidance, a heads up multiple times that this is what you're supposed to be diving into. And I feel like it's a really new beginning. Okay, for many of you. Some of you may be moving. Some of you may be just really done with where you work. I think this is an important time for you to look at your residency as a resource. Sometimes we don't understand that the reason our life is stagnant or going downhill is because, or even paranormal, having paranormal problems, is because we're not supposed to be living there anymore. Okay, so it's like the roots are dead. You're not gaining anything off of your atmosphere. We are supposed to be living in places that feed our energy level. We're not expected to do this alone. So make sure you're in the right climate. Make sure you're in the right, state, the lay of the land, the people, okay, that are around you. What kind of community? Who are you surrounded by? What kind of opportunities are there for work and recreation and different things? Okay, so start seeing your residency as a resource, because it 100% is. I feel good about this for you. Interesting times and significant increase here for sure. Now, category number 2, love and relationships for Pisces in 2023. Somebody seems to be coming in from your past. I'm not saying take an ex back, but it wouldn't shock me. Sometimes we say, oh, well, I was hoping this person would grow or change or have a realization. They may. It happens. I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. I wouldn't bank on it, because a lot of people who have realizations, they don't last more than like 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So just, cautiously proceed with caution, but that could happen. I also think that for many of you, the majority of you, like 75% of you, this isn't really literally somebody from your past as much as it is someone from a previous life. And we could be looking at 3-4 life cycles where you guys were together. So there's a lot of past life history here. And, for others, this could also be someone who just you cross paths with. You may not even know, but when you look back, oh my God, we lived in the same city, the same year. Oh my God, we worked 2 blocks from each other. How? Or different states and everything moves. you keep crossing paths, you keep crossing paths. Okay. So that's what soulmate connection is. And that's how that works. There's past life connection and finally this thing coming together. I like this a lot, but I also think that you're a little cautious this year. I think that you're focused on protecting your heart this year. I think you're very focused on doing maybe some shadow work or letting go of generational curses, which are, of course, not a real thing, but handing down trauma cycles and, psychological dysfunction is. Okay. So you may be letting go of all of that. You may just want to take it a little bit slow, and that's okay. Just make sure you're clearly communicating that, not like walling this person out or like totally detaching or, being weird and kind of hiding in the house about it, just being unavailable. That is not clear communication, and that's really not going to help. This person could just keep going. I also think that for many of you, you may be setting stronger boundaries with bosses, with coworkers, with friends, or with family members who are not showing you the type of respect that you deserve, or in situations where you've already had to speak your piece and state your truth and what it is that you want, and it like didn't work. You may be saying some strong words, setting stronger boundaries, and for some of you, just walking away and being like, you know what, I'm done. I did my part. I feel good about this. Also, for those of you who are parenting, you may feel as though with your children, you have been helicoptering in some areas. You've been enabling. Maybe you have a gigantic baby bird that's 30 years old who hasn't left the nest yet. You may just be kicking that one out, or you may be pulling your hands off their situation. You may just notice that when normally you would interject and be like, well, honey, this is how it needs to be, or this is why it's happening, or why don't you do this, or let's try this, da 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 da. You're just like, nope, I'm not going to say a thing. Okay, I'm just going to be here as a support. You are letting your kids or people you mentor over, or possibly even for some of you this could even be like employees or things like that, letting them do their thing. Okay, pull away and we'll see what they're made of. All right, then we have category number 3, hidden messages, your blind spot, or overall theme for Pisces 2023. You need to know who you are, and you need to let the world know who you are. This is a year for you to sort of come out of hiding in a lot of ways. So any areas where you've been in the background, you are now in the forefront. And it's going to be really important for you to do it boldly and unapologetically, and not to be your own worst enemy by being double-minded with yourself, negating your gut instinct, quieting yourself, or saying that what you want is somehow not important or worth going after. You're going to go after it. You're going to go after it hard. You're going to go after it in full effect. Okay. And you are going to be out there and you are going to be you. And that is how you are going to maximize your prosperity in 2023. All right, Pisces, have a great year.